So here we go. Our first live together from Melbourne. The second half of the team has reached yesterday evening. Rohit was there. The first thing I said was, you're seriously tanned, and that shows. The work shows. One apiece. They've been here for a month, but Gargi, Trisha, myself, Ogni, by the way, is on camera today, and he's wearing his monkey cap, being a typical Bengali. He's not opened it even once. Devashish, infectious. He's also wearing his monkey cap. So great start, but the story.
He's in McLeodganj, not in Melbourne.
Trisha was also wearing one, so I started the trend. The rest of them are following, and it's not a monkey cap; it's a skull cap, guys.
Okay, so Gavaskar er pore Ogni monkey cap no skull cap, some cap.
Monkeygate hote pare cap.
Okay, so yeah, I mean from that Monkeygate, this series has become spicy. First thoughts?
Absolutely. I mean, I think it all started from Australia's side when you think about it. There really was no spice except from apart from what was on the ground. I don't think there was anything happening outside until the Australian media started it with, of course, number one, the Virat Kohli mishap that happened at the airport. But what happened after that, I think, was much more surprising than what happened on the airport, because you understand things like that happen. But with the language thing, I think that's been one of the most talking points, and unnecessary as well. I hope it wasn't like that, but it just adds more spice to the series, and it gives us much more to play for.
यार क्यों हो रहा है? क्यों कर रहा है?
नहीं, पहले मैं थोड़ा सा ये चीज बताऊं कि अभी मैं इनके जो क्रिकेट रिपोर्टर्स थे वो वापस आ गए। आज ही से ये लोग वापस आए हैं, और 2 दिन इन लोगों ने ऐसे रिपोर्टर्स भेज रखे थे जो जनरल बीट के रिपोर्टर्स होते हैं कि अच्छा आज उधर कुछ हो रहा है, एजुकेशन बीट में कुछ हो रहा है, उधर चले जाओ, आज क्रिकेट में कुछ हो रहा है। तो बेसिकली वो यही कह रहे हैं कि जो हम समझ पा रहे हैं वो उनकी तरफ से गलत हुआ था। वो सारी चीजों को वो मान रहे हैं इस बात को, नहीं कहीं जाहिर सी बात है। बट जब भी ऑफ द कैमरा कुछ बात हो रही है, वो पूछ रहे हैं कि क्या हुआ था, हमें ये पता चला, और उसके बाद वो लोग कह रहे हैं कि ये सही नहीं था। और फ्रॉम दैट विराट कोहली इंसिडेंट जो एयरपोर्ट पे हुआ था, अगेन वो बस इस बात को इस चीज से कवर करने की कोशिश करें कि शायद मिसकम्युनिकेशन हो गया, ये हो गया। बट उन्होंने सिर्फ मिसकम्युनिकेशन के बारे में नहीं लिखा है, उन्होंने ये भी लिखा है कि कैसे वी आर गेटिंग इनटू द स्किन ऑफ विराट कोहली, है ना। वो उस क्रिकेट को उन सारी की सारी चीजों से कंपेयर कर रहे हैं। और यहाँ पर भी जो जडेजा वाले इंसिडेंट के बाद चीज हुई थी, उसके बाद भी वो उस चीज को विराट कोहली स्टोरी से जोड़ रहे हैं। सो बेसिकली उनका टारगेट मेरे हिसाब से तो यही है, जैसे हमारे यहाँ 10-15 साल पहले एडिटर्स कहते थे कि कुछ भी कर लाओ, लेकिन कुछ लाओ, निकाल कर मसाला लेकर आओ। तो वो चीज मुझे लगता है कि एक कोशिश है इनकी तरफ से। वो बचपन में स्पाइडरमैन देखी थी, तो उसमें उसका एडिटर, उसका हिंदी डब था, तो वो स्पाइडरमैन का एडिटर कहता है कि सॉरी, उसमें जो पेपर था उसका एडिटर कहता है कि मुझे उसके हैरत अंगेज किस्से नहीं जानने, पीटर पार्कर को समोसे चोरी करते हुए पकड़ो। इस तरह की चीजें निकालो जो थोड़ा सा फनी हो और इंटरेस्टिंग लगे लोगों को, रादर देन उसकी हीरोइक्स बताने की जगह। तो मुझे लग रहा है यही कर रही है ऑस्ट्रेलियन मीडिया।
सो ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम तो ऐसे कुछ समोसा वोसा चोरी करने का लायक भी नहीं रहा यार। तीन मैच हो चुका है, अभी भी 1-1 है। ब्रिस्बेन में भी नहीं जीत पाए आप। आपका कैप्टन डिफेंसिव है, आपका कोच डिफेंसिव है। यू कुड नॉट इवन एनफोर्स द फॉलो ऑन, यू कुड नॉट गेट आकाशदीप आउट। व्हाट आर यू ट्राइंग टू डू?
यही तो प्रॉब्लम है कि क्रिकेट कम खेल रहे हैं और क्रिकेट बाहर ज्यादा खेला जा रहा है, ग्राउंड पे कम, because they have missed a lot of tricks in the ground and we have clearly seen that Pat Cummins right now honestly to me seems like all talks. He has spoken a lot. Virat Kohli just a batsman, Bumrah just a bowler. He's just a bowler. Why can't you guys face him? You can't even get him out. Forget about Akashdeep. They can't even get they can't play Bumrah. They can't get Bumrah out. So I think they're finding it very tough in the ground. And I can understand the Australian media is actually trying to be there for the players and trying to help them out.
So-called 12th man.
Exactly. Trying to be the so-called 12th man, because clearly their 11 people aren't enough for us. So I think it's funny, but my only point is, as long as all this happens off the field, the discrimination, the banters, understandable. But what about here?
Yeah, this is somebody saying we are stirring up unnecessary controversy. We will just give you another controversy and then you will tell us whether it's unnecessary or necessary. Today, Indian team practicing. No, India is not. Why India not practicing today? They've trained 2 days. Australia did not train because they assembled a couple of days. In fact, yesterday only. So they will train. Australia will train today. India will train tomorrow. So we will come to that. Plenty of more latest about Tri-Series. Nothing about Tri-Series yet. Hello, Rohit bhai. Why don't you come live in Hindi? He will. 100%. But Rohit, पहले ये बताओ, ये pitch वाला बताओ, because Australia is practicing right behind us, by the way.
Yes.
And this is interesting. You will see
अगर Omni का
visuals.
थोड़ा सा
Swapnil, there are visuals.
हाँ विजुअल्स भी है, और अगर हम ऐसे भी इसको
Or Australia?
नो इट्स
दिखा
प्रैक्टिस
सकते हैं,
प्रैक्टिस
So keep it there, keep it there.
मतलब हम बैकग्राउंड में रहेंगे, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है,
चेंज कर लो. हाँ.
बट अगर आप इसको थोड़ा सा समझने की कोशिश करोगे सेटिंग्स में जाके, हाँ बैक कैमरा, थोड़ा सा इसको नीचे ड्रॉप कर.
So रोहित बताओ.
जी, इसमें अगर आप दो चीजें देखोगे, पहला तो ये जो आपको एरिया दिख रहा है, इस एरिया पे ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम प्रैक्टिस कर रही है, और वो जो आपको उधर फार नेट्स दिख रहे हैं ना, वो विकेट्स दिख रहे हैं, वो पूरा ब्राउन विकेट है. तो वो आपको याद आएगा, वो विकेट जब आप देखोगे, हम इसको क्लोज एंगल करके अच्छे से आपको बाद में भी बताएंगे, और RevSportz हिंदी अक्रॉस प्लेटफॉर्म्स आपको ये दिखेगा, बट वो विकेट्स आपको लगेगा कि कहीं मुंबई या अहमदाबाद का विकेट आप देख रहे हो, वो वाइड बॉल का बिल्कुल लो बाउंस विकेट है. और ये खासतौर पे ये वाला जो एक्सट्रीम राइट में आपकी स्क्रीन पे जो ये वाला विकेट है ना, यहाँ पे इस पे देखो आप कितना ग्रास है. उसके बाद जब आप राइट से टुवर्ड्स लेफ्ट जा रहे हो, तो थोड़ा थोड़ा ग्रास को जो है टोन डाउन किया गया है. यानी ये वही चीज है जैसा आप रेप्लिकेट होता हुआ देखोगे, अंदर भी इस तरह का विकेट आपको जो सेंटर विकेट मिलेगा, बिकॉज प्रैक्टिस पिचेस का मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है कि आप रेप्लिकेट करना चाहते हो उस तरह की सिनेरियो को यहाँ पर, उस तरह की कंडीशंस को यहाँ पर. और ये जो फर्दर राइट विकेट है, ये आपको दिखा रहा है कि एग्जैक्टली इस तरीके का, ये जो 2 राइट विकेट्स है, इसमें आपको पता चलेगा कि ऐसा ही विकेट आपको वहां पर मिलने वाला है. सो ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम इन फ्रेश विकेटों पे प्रैक्टिस कर रही है, इंडियन टीम को वो वाइड बॉल प्रैक्टिस विकेट दे रखे. और बार बार आप देखोगे जितने भी हमने विजुअल्स डाले हुए हैं अक्रॉस प्लेटफॉर्म्स की, टो एंड ऑफ द बैट पे लग रही है, विराट कोहली बार बार अपना टो एंड देख रहे हैं, बॉल्स लग रहा है प्लेयर्स को, बिकॉज सडनली आप चेस्ट हाइट बॉल को एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो या रिब केज पे बॉल को एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो, लेकिन वो आ रहा है आपका नी हाइट पे, आपका थाई हाइट पे. तो वो चीज मेरे हिसाब से जो है वो प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट कर रही है. सो ये जब आप इस तरह के चीजों को देखते हो, और आज क्यूरेटर ने भी इस बात को कहा है, कल आकाशदीप ने अपनी गेंदबाजी जब वो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस के लिए आए तो उन्होंने ये बात स्पेसिफिकली कही कि हमें ऐसा लग रहा है प्रैक्टिस करते हुए जैसे हम वाइट बॉल क्रिकेट के लिए प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं, जिसमें बहुत ज्यादा बाउंस नहीं है, बहुत ज्यादा पिच पे कुछ नहीं है. क्योंकि यहीं पर अगर आप दोनों कलर्स देखोगे ना विकेट्स के, आपको यहीं पर देखने को मिलेगा कि वो दोनों विकेट्स बहुत डिफरेंट विकेट्स हैं, दोनों ही विकेट्स. तो आई थिंक नॉट गुड फ्रॉम ऑस्ट्रेलियन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. क्यूरेटर ने कहा कि हमें टीम इंडिया का शेड्यूल पहले से पता था, लेकिन हम सिर्फ 3 दिन पहले ही दे सकते हैं चीजों को. तो आई होप कि जब ये लोग इंडिया आएंगे और इस तरह की चीजें होंगी, तो हमारे क्यूरेटर्स भी इस तरह इन चीजों को ध्यान में रखें कि ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर वो 7 दिन पहले आ गए तो तुम्हें 7 दिन पहले पिच को जो है वो प्रिपेयर कर देना है, प्रैक्टिस पिचेस को उनके लिए. क्योंकि उनका सिर्फ कहना यही है कि अगर 3 दिन पहले आप आओगे तो हम आपको रेडी करके दे पाएंगे विकेट. आई डोंट थिंक कि इस तरह की चीजें और आपको दिखती.
Yeah, I mean this is also interesting. Gargi and Trisha will also be back in the frame, but let me also tell you this. And they are back. Come.
Yeah.
So they're all back, and it's funny because I was told that on 25th, India wanted to practice, but they will not get to practice. Why? Because by 11:30, everybody here at the MCG will go home and celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
So India was actually told
balance.
at 7:30 a.m. in the morning, aapko aana padega.
Yeah.
7:30 a.m. India said, why should we come at 7:30 a.m. in the morning? So Australia will practice between 8 o'clock and 11, and India will not. So imagine this. Had this been the match day -1 in India, and Australia team would not be allowed to practice, all hell would break loose, right?
All conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy theory. But let me give you 2 more conspiracy theories. One, we are told that Ravindra Jadeja refused to answer in English. Akashdeep did the same, etc. Australia whisked away their 2 premier fast bowlers so that Indian media could not even see them train in Adelaide during the pink ball test. Brisbane, sorry.
Yeah.
In Brisbane, where they trained, where they bowled, Indian media was not even allowed. Number 1. Number 2, and this is also interesting, India here, as Rohit has just told you, will get to practice 1 day
Yes.
in these wickets. 1 day, and that is tomorrow, 24th. We will all be here, we will cover that. So the intense training sessions India had to do in wickets, which will not help them. This is a fair series going on, you reckon? Fair series from the standpoint of everyone? I don't think it is. Fairness ka to koi alag hi matlab nikal raha hai.
That's why Australia choose to prepare on these dates.
Correct.
Because these wickets are available from now onwards.
Exactly. When you think about the timing of it all, 25th today as well, And you
Australia gets 23rd,
Yeah.
24th, 25th.
exactly, and they get the good wickets.
Exactly.
India, the days that India is there, 25th, obviously it's Christmas, so there's no staff. And the other times that India has been there,
We are showing live visuals of the pitch as people speak.
Okay.
Exclusively by Devashish for RevSportz. We are distinctly showing the 2 wickets that you were speaking about. No. Please carry on. I'm just saying.
Okay, so Ogni was just saying from behind the camera that we are actually showing you the 2 wickets. Devashish has sent these visuals right now. He's the other side capturing visuals, so you can see for yourself. Carry on, Gargi.
Distinctly, you can see
The different types of wickets.
exactly. So what I was saying is when you think of the timing of when the Indian team practiced here on the bad wickets, when you think of the timing of Australian team, and they exactly all fell in line, the stars aligned for the Australian team to come and practice on the good wickets and on the right times, it looks suspicious. It looks suspicious, and Boria sir forgot to mention one more point, is that when we talk about the 25th, the Indian team was given another option, which was to practice together with Australia
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
So which is I
Happy
think,
coincidences happen.
Happy coincidences. At the moment, no, honestly speaking, guys, at the moment, Australian team, Australian media, everyone is reminding me of those, street games that we used to have where if the bat is mine, I'll go. It's the same thing, because MCG is ours. We'll get the best wicket. Because we are 1-1 down, instead of being 3-0 up, we will say all sorts of, we'll cook up controversies. We'll try and disturb, our Indian players. But all this turning out to be nothing if they can't replicate in the match.
There was so much things were happening on when I still remember a thing from Nagpur. The test match was done, I think, in 2-3 days, and after that, Australian team was there. Went to the pitch curator, and they said that we want to practice after the game got over. We wanted to practice in next 2 days, and curator said we watched all the wicket. It was so much controversy at that particular point of time that they wanted to do the practice, but it's all over because the match was done, and they have opened all the water pipes in the wickets, and there was so much fuss about it after the Nagpur test where Rohit hit 100 and India won that game in 2022, I think. So yeah.
There is the super chat.
I'm seeing the things. I'll take the super chats, but this reminds me, the Rohit story reminds me of Lords. So what happened in 2012? So archery was there at Lords. Okay, so the day after the archery competition got over, I had actually gone back to Lords saying I'll report because archery was on. Lords mein cricket dekhte ho, archery is different. So I went there and I said, archery was won till yesterday. So they said, what archery? I said, what do you mean? They said, no, South Africa, England test match is starting day after. So archery is all done, finished. There's no trace. So Olympics was done and dusted. Everything was back to cricket. Lords had forgotten about their archery. This is unbelievable. But coming to this one, 4 questions. And my colleagues will answer one each. Rohit, 3 things. You take your bowlers away and practice at a different space. You say India practices behind closed doors when everybody is allowed at the Indian practice. You then call Akashdeep saying, oh, he's not answering in English. Now you are giving pitches which are rather different for the 2 countries.
Yeah.
You think this is a fair play series going on?
No, not at all. From the very start, from Perth to Adelaide, Adelaide, we talked a lot about it, that why you have to keep a pink ball test when India doesn't play a pink ball game anywhere in the world. And after that, you see, if any other team, they have played it with was 3 years back. And if you see the England test, the Bangladesh test, so we don't play with the pink ball. And if you are considering it as a test match in the Border Gavaskar Trophy, India needs to play that particular form, pink ball test a couple of times a year, or should be started in the domestic circuit of the Indian cricket also. But otherwise, you are giving, as Ognida rightly saying in the last recorded video, that it's an undue advantage. Correct. That a team has played 14-15 games, another team played just 3 games. A team is playing second international test match, second test match as far as a calendar year is concerned, and the other team is playing it after 3 years. So there's no sense. And then after that, coming here and just looking at these kind of wickets, what India is practicing on are looking the Wankhede wickets and the Ahmedabad wickets, and what they are practicing on and looking like proper Melbourne and Perth and Waka wickets. So You know,
And even
this,
Ahmedabad and Wankhede used wickets. Not even.
What impact will this have on India?
I think, if you want, it can have actually a positive impact where they won't want to give an inch even, the fight will become stronger because you can see what people are doing. And I hope this rouses people like Virat Kohli and when Virat Kohli or Rohit Sharma, when they want to have that contribution. Yes, Siraj,
I'm not finding it good that why Virat Kohli is smiling nowadays so much. Why there is not that anger on his eyes? Where's that
I think
anger?
that's exactly what the Australian media wants as well, So that's why they're pushing him till that
smiling
anger.
everywhere, not liking Virat Kohli, is smiling everywhere. I want to see that anger in his eyes.
2.0.
Virat Kohli 2.0,
No, we
the
want
smiling
1.0.
assassin.
We
The
want the
smiling
1.0.
assassin.
And there are discussions in the Indian cricket team. I was having a word with someone in the Indian cricket team, and he said that why they are giving us these kind of pitches. This is said by someone in the Indian cricket team. So and
For
and
practice
then
or
for practice, and then obviously the Akashdeep thing came with an answer.
Yeah.
It wasn't particularly asked that what do you make of these wickets. He while asking about the practice conditions, the ball hit Rohit was hit by a delivery, and then Akashdeep also, KL Rahul a couple of times. So he was just answering about that particular incident, and in that flow he said about that I'm not getting it why they gave us this kind of wicket where we can see low bouncy wickets, and it's look like that it's a wide ball practice wicket. So in Indian team also there were conversations about the practice wicket, and yes, here also Akashdeep mentioned the same thing.
but
So Mitchell
there
Starc
are
was there,
some
Manas
Virat
Labuschagne was
Kohli,
there, each and everyone was there.
some Virat Kohli fans. Nathan Lyon is bowling.
Lyon came to
Mitchell
the very
Stark,
first.
yes, Mitchell
Sam
Stark
Foster is
started
playing.
bowling.
Usman Khwaja is, so everyone from the Australian cricket team is practicing right now.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that is the point.
Off
That
day for
Australia
India.
gets 23rd, Australia gets 24th, and Australia gets 25th.
Yeah.
And India just gets the 24th because the 2 days of intense practice for India were on wickets which aren't really good enough. So Gargi, fair play going on. Same question that I asked Trisha. What impact can this have on the mindset of the Indian team?
Fair play from the Indian side, yes. Fair play from the Australian, media, let's say media or whoever is in charge of
Because this
doing
planning
all
can't
this.
be just media.
Yeah,
This is-
exactly.
yeah.
No,
That's why I
not
said happy
media.
coincidences happening.
Yes. These are all coincidences and whatnot.
Well-designed, well-curated coincidence.
It's very well. Stars aligning, divine intervention, whatever you want to call it. But
We need a Virat intervention now.
absolutely, Virat. Maximum intervention.
Send him to the
from-
press conference there. At least send him to the press conference.
I think it's the head coach or the captain coming to
Without intervention, or maybe his namesake should come to the party.
Yeah, absolutely. The captain has to come to the party because the captain has to come to the party. No more smiles. And look, this series is not about smiles. This is ruthless combat. This is not about smiles anymore. Will not be. The next 19 days, 18 days in this country will be edge of the box combat. Simple. Australia has taken it to a different level. The media is coming at us. Yesterday they tried to get at Shubhan. Fox tried to get at Shubhan and Rohit and people. Come on, boss. Come on. I mean, during Monkeygate, we tore into you. And you realize what would hit you. And now, this entire Indian media contingent here, you try and rile us up. We will pay you back. There are some super chats. One says Australia is cheating.
Can't use the word cheating, but yeah, unfair advantage, of course.
Unfair advantage, says Rohit. There's another one, Trisha. Who's this? Sharon had said, this is cheating Aussies. There was another super chat. Gargi, can you?
There's another super chat that says, Debu Datta, he's saying
Take it.
you have called it on yourself, Aussies. Remember Tim Payne, Manas and Wade. Remember the series scores. Don't agitate the Indian team.
That's exactly why I said I think this is coming at the right time because this is the perfect setup. 1-1. We need to win. We as in Indians need to win the last two tests for the WTC also. One for sure. No, we are not going to leave. No. I want WTC final. I'm not even waiting for the border control.
She's going to plan from now. 1st June, I'm in England. Forget everything. 1st June to 4th of August, I'm in England. So India has to make the W. All of us will be there.
Absolutely, and that's why I think it's coming at the right time, because somewhere last tour for Rohit and Virat as well. They know. Forget about last two tests for Rohit and Virat in Australian soil. All the more reason to be on a on full aggressive level for both of them, Rohit and Boriada both.
Yes,
Where are you?
but they are not looking that aggressive. That's what I was saying. That
She has a mic.
Trisha, our producer, where are you going? Where on earth are you?
where are you?
Oh boy, but good fun. I mean,
yeah.
bol.
So yeah, I was saying that we want to see that, specifically runs. More importantly, if they are not aggressive enough, no problem with that. If they are scoring hundreds, if they are scoring big runs, especially Rohit and Virat, as you rightly said, I'm still not sure about Virat, that whether it is his last test here in the Australian soil or not. But yeah, for Rohit, I think yes. Virat, I think fitness wise, there's no problem, and I think 38, 39, he can easily go on until, because then what's the meaning if you are letting yourself this discipline, and you're making your work ethic and your discipline do all the talking around the world, then I think you have to serve at least till 37, 38 or 39. And with the fitness, it's only one thing, that whether are you in form or not, are you scoring runs or not. So yes, Virat scored runs, he scored 100 in Perth, but we'll have to see some more hundreds from his bat.
Yeah, we need some good runs. We need some good runs. By the way, Gargi and Rohit were both there at the Sam Constas press conference.
Yes.
Gargi came out and immediately said to me, "Oh, you know what? He's quite cheeky and cocky." Interesting, because he said some things like he was unfazed when he was asked about Bumrah. Why don't you tell our viewers what exactly happened?
Because he'll get a first ball.
No, but there were a couple of opportunities. There was an India A game, there was a Prime Minister 11 game. Could have faced there, Jasprit Bumrah, but
Yeah.
not able to face him there.
Yeah, but when we talk about the talking points, of course, he looks very confident, or at least he's portraying himself to be very, very confident. He's very young, 19 years old. He was asked about from the Australian media, actually, about how he's feeling about the quality of bowling and the difference in Sheffield Shield and versus now that he's come into the Australian team and facing someone like a Bumrah or anything. And he just replied, it's just another day for me. That's what he said.
I asked him the very first question. I asked him that, are you spending more time watching Jasprit Bumrah videos? And he said, no, mate. But
He has just given up. You guys are not getting the message correct. He has just given up. He knows I anyway have to get out. What's the point of watching videos and wasting my time? So I think the unfazed portion, we'll see him being unfazed and going out straight up and back to the dressing room. But Boriada, we are talking about Virat's attitude. So here's my question. In the first test, we saw that after India was bowled out cheaply, we saw that Virat. We saw a shade of, yes, maybe not exactly the Virat Kohli with which that we have been used to, but there was a shade of aggressiveness in Virat, which is completely missing from second and third test. What happened there?
You see, against Australia, you don't want to be sweet, because you don't play sweet cricket with Australia. They will not even sort of give it. They will not appreciate it at all. Let's put it that way. Australia, you have to be ruthless to get the respect out of the Australians. Look them in the eye, and that's why Virat Kohli is who he is. Virat Kohli became Virat Kohli because of that altercation with Mitchell Johnson. Virat Kohli became Virat Kohli because he said, "I don't care. I've not come here to make friends." Correct. That's the Virat Kohli we know. And Rohit Sharma, for example, has always been the more kinder one, if one can say. Come on, yaar, give it back. Give it back, because you don't want anything but ruthless combat here. The other fellow is also coming.
He's enjoying.
He's enjoying. Arey, hello. Join. Come. Koro, practice dekhi.
There's a sign over there. Please keep off the grass and try and just walk.
Yes. Hi. Just we'll finish and catch up. Yeah. So there you go. I mean, I really don't think you need to be goody against Australia.
No.
By the way, the guy who just met me, Krishna, for him the rules, audience rules and spectator rules were changed because there were racist abuses hurled against him.
Yes.
And he went to Cricket Australia. He kept fighting, and then the rules were changed. We backed him big time 2 years back. That's why he came to say hi. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You will see the comments.
There are a few super chats. There are a few super chats. Someone's saying my specs were stupid and I've removed it. Excuse me.
There is, Mureda, there is another super chat on the screen.
I will take it.
Yeah.
Abhilash S is saying, Boryada, this is nowhere near Monkeygate. Remember Anil sir's comment at the PC and its reaction,
Yes.
even from Clark on T Now.
Yeah, it is. It is. I was there. I mean, and that Anil comment, we were all there as part of that press conference. And the moment he said one team is playing cricket and the other is not, and all of us in the press conference started clapping. And Monkeygate was different. In Sydney, we were there. We had one packet of, I don't know what they call it here. Do they call it crisps or chips?
Chips.
Chips? Okay, so we had one packet of, because crisps is in the US.
Yes.
Because I keep making this mistake. So we had one packet of chips and there were some 30 Indian journalists. So everybody had one piece each till 1:45 a.m. at the Sydney cricket ground. That's all we had. Sachin and the rest of the boys, Harbhajan and that's it, all of them, and M.V. Sridhar, who's no longer there, he's passed away. They had nothing, no water. They came out, we had a quiet chat. 4 o'clock, I remember M.V. Sridhar calling me saying, "You awake?" And I'm like, "Yes." He said, 5 o'clock is a press conference. And the 5 a.m. press conference, India said they are not traveling to Canberra. They are not traveling to Canberra. I remember speaking to Lalit Modi, and he was then part of the BCCI. Niranjan Shah was part of the BCCI. Shashank Manohar was part of the BCCI. And they said a charter flight was ready to fly in the Indian team out of Australia. And right here, by the way, right here behind me is Jollimon Street.
Yeah,
right
Cricket
here.
Australia office.
Cricket Australia headquarters. And at that point, Malcolm Speed used to be the CEO of the ICC. And Malcolm and I were very good friends. I remember walking into Jollimon Street and he was sitting like this. And I said, "What happened to you?" He said, "We are in round 5 of a 15-round boxing bout with India. And you guys are smashing us." So that was Malcolm Speed in 2008 ahead of Monkeygate. Peter Robach's article. So yes, this is nowhere near Monkeygate. But you know what? This is garnish. Rohit was cooking the vegetarian curry for all of us because Gargi and Rohit are vegetarian. Trisha doesn't like. But that's why they decided to garnish the food. This, so far, what we've seen on this tour is the garnish. But it's setting it up quite nicely. अच्छा लग रहा है.
And vegetarian food, आपने बोला, Shubhanda always kept on saying to me that एक घास खा लो यहीं से, वो क्या तुम vegetarian बनाते हो?
He's the unnecessarily
क्या रोग
बोलो
है?
तुम मेहनत क्यों करते हो घर जाके?
Bully.
तुम घर जाके मेहनत, ये तुम लंबे भी हो, ये जैसे जिराफ तोड़ के खा लेता है वैसे खा लो, ये पत्ते खा लो, घास खा लो. So it was like
No,
this.
Shubhanda का कोई defense नहीं है, unfortunately.
unfunny jokes. But AHQ is asking,
What
there's
is
a
HQ?
Oh,
Super chat.
is the name. Super name.
Name of
आ गया भाई.
username.
username है AHQ is saying he or she, Cricket Australia didn't want India to be 1-1 coming to MCG.
Yes. that's for
SCG
sure.
so now resorted to desperate tactics through media and practice pitches. If anything, it's a good sign.
Yeah, it is actually a sign of desperation.
Exactly.
It is a
That's what
sign
I
of desperation, and imagine if the first couple of days in Melbourne do not go their way, then what will happen? By the way, let me also tell you, this will be the second highest watched Boxing Day test in history. The first 304,000 something, Donald Bradman, 6-day test match. This will be a 5-day test match. You're expecting about 250, 260,000 people cumulatively, all days combined. So it will be some match.
Yeah.
Some
And
match.
Day one sold out.
Day one is sold out, 90,000
Day
plus.
one sold out.
By the way, when we go live from here on Boxing Day morning, you will have no space. There'll be Bollywood, there'll be concerts and face paints and henna, and I'll get my daughter to do all of that and try it out. But and maybe Trisha and I will try something out.
Sure.
We will try something out. Gargi is very prim and proper. She doesn't want to do any such thing. Shubhan will be the one who will try and needle you to try and try something.
Try and something.
He's never successful in it. Well, so that's that.
We have a separate
Sledging going on.
Yeah.
No, but Mama also, no,
Yeah.
between these two. Good.
I'm with Mama, whatever he says. Mama said, drown yourself in a balti, I'll do that.
Okay.
Too much mama.
But I think it will be very close to what
We
we saw
have-
2022. 22nd October 2022.
Oh, 22nd
Crazy.
October. I don't know if so. Right behind
yes.
us is the bridge.
Yeah.
If you can see, Ogni, can you show them the
We
bridge
can't
there?
zoom in that. but
You
yeah.
can't, but just see from here. Those orange kind of dabbas, okay? That's the bridge. That's the bridge that takes you straight. So whatever, just show that. So that's the bridge that takes you right up to Flinders Street. The Gargi is sledging Ogni. This is wrong. These two are continuously at each other.
I am
So-
not at anybody. I'm single.
Shada single. Correct. Very good. Okay. Now, Acha, tu ebar na baita. So you can see the bridge. Now the fact is that bridge was all taken over by Indians. It was all blue. Rohit will remember.
Yeah.
There was music, there was shank, there was dhol, there was
Pakistan dancing on single tune.
It was
They've beaten up that Pasuri song, and it was completely covered by the fans.
And wo dance bhi ho raha tha.
Yes, India Pakistan, and it's very famous in the India Pakistan streets, and all of them were dance and overcast.
Unbelievable atmosphere.
Wow, what an atmosphere!
Unbelievable.
We have lots more super chats, by the way, if we want to take
The
it.
super chats are for someone else, not for us.
There are more. I'm just scrolling. Okay, Vipul Joshi is saying Shami is sure to not play BGT. Next test series would be England in October 25. Can he survive as a test player till then?
I don't think so. Team has moved on from.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I think.
In sport, you never say never. We qualify that.
Yes.
But,
Obviously.
Chaitanya Kale, good to see you all. We'll make homemade breakfast for tomorrow.
I think
of him.
no.
Very,
If he's the
very-
same Chaitanya, he met us in Brisbane. He was
He
kept on.
wrote to me, he's a
Yeah.
player from Hyderabad. I
Oh.
think so. I think he's
If he's the same guy, because
Yes,
not
I think
Just
so.
ask him if he's the same chap.
Because I see the picture and it looks like it's in a jersey.
and there were him asking us, me and Shubhanda, multiple times, are you available for the dinner? Are you available
see
for the
that
dinner?
messenger thing on a phone?
What message? Abhilash S is
Facebook
saying
Messenger?
there is a Sarvana Bhavan nearby.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Chaitanya,
lot of options, but a little expensive.
Chaitanya, ask him if he's the same chap as the one who's played with same alumni as Harsha, because he had written to me saying he wanted to sort of join us, etc., and he's from here.
Let us know, Chaitanya.
And if you are the same
you're
Chaitanya, we met, I think you can still tell us.
Okay.
Okay, then Jyotish J is asking, is Sam Constance a threat? He can score quickly with big hundreds at the top of the order.
If you're going by that Big Bash knock of Sam, please, Big Bash and Jasprit Bumrah are chalk and cheese. When Jasprit Bumrah runs into you at the MCG with 100,000 people, out of which I expect 50,000 to be Indians, Sam Constance will learn a new form of cricket.
She also knows that it will be difficult for Sam Constance.
And that whole unfazed nonsense that he was peddling at the press conference today will go out of the window. So we are all waiting to see.
And he's
red ball cricket
he's aware of what happened with
and
Nathan
Jasprit
Maxwell.
Bumrah. Yeah. Jasprit Bumrah has already accounted for McSweeney. He's into Usman Khwaja's head. Hopefully, because Michael Clark, for example, the other day was telling me that why is it that they're not dropping Usman Khwaja? So that question is already there within the Australian cricketing ecosystem. So we are all waiting to see how unfazed he is when Bumrah runs into him. So these are good things to hear from a 19-year-old, but it's very different when you're out there. It's very different. So wish him all the best, by the way. Wish him all the best.
Wish who?
Sam Constance.
Yeah.
Why are we wishing?
Yeah, good.
Apart from cricket,
Wish him a good career.
wish him in his life.
And
Do
we wish
well.
McSweeney also a good
They
comeback.
have got a left-arm spinner.
The Indian spinner.
Australia has got an Indian left-arm spinner to bowl to them in the nets. I think
for
probably
Ravindra
they are
Jadeja.
preparing for Ravindra Jadeja, considering the fact back end is saying to put the mic up because of the wind. The audio is low. So they have brought the spinner in, of course, because they have really understood that now that Ravindra Jadeja has scored in the last test match, obviously he'll be definitely there in the team. So that's one reason that he has got them. The other thing which I saw was Mitchell Starc was practicing bowling over the wicket bouncers to round the wicket bouncers to right-handed batters.
Look at him. He's not bowling with that full thought.
No,
It's just a
this
short
side.
one.
Yeah. He was bowling from around the wicket.
Yeah,
Before
that's a.
He's doing just with the shot run.
Yeah, now he's bowling just
because
with the
he
short
has
run.
to, conserve energy because
Absolutely.
playing all the test matches now. Josh Hazelwood is also not there. Scott Boland will
Sydney
replace
is
him.
his home ground. He has to play Sydney. So if he's playing Melbourne, you can't not see him in Sydney because that's his home turf.
Exactly.
And if Australia has to win, they need him.
Yeah, for sure. Scott Boland also, it's his home ground, the Melbourne cricket ground, and
How big a threat is Boland? They're building him up.
He is because in Shield also he was a constant performer, and in the pink ball test also he played really well. But because they have this quality lineup, Hazelwood, Stark, and Cummins, they have all superstars with them. So I don't think that it's justice for him. But yes, what can you say? Means how you can play four pacers in these kind of conditions where you know that you have a Nathan Lyon. Obviously, with Ashwin, we see him one of the finest off spinners of this era, and that's why he's always been a part of them. And that's the great thing about Australia. What I love about them is they don't want anyone who can bat a bit and who can bowl a bit and just take him into the team. If you have a complete match winner in form of Nathan Lyon, they'll completely trust him that let's go with Nathan Lyon. We don't want someone who can bat a bit and bowl a bit. What our problem is that we want someone who can bowl a bit and bat a bit, and ultimately we don't
want a specialist.
Yeah, exactly.
No. That's what I was saying.
Or is co enlightened.
What you're saying is we don't have specialists, and specialists do make a lot of difference. We've seen that's one of my favorite cars, so I just lost my thought there.
I was like, all of a sudden, what happened?
But yes, what I was saying was specialists do make a lot of difference. You see someone like a Scott Boland, you see someone like a Nathan Lyon. You might think that maybe they won't, contribute in one of the departments, but the one contribution they will make all the difference. That's what's so special about specialists.
And then suddenly you see that after taking in Ravindra Jadeja, things have changed in Brisbane.
Exactly.
Because if that partnership wasn't there, in Brisbane Test, would be anything could happen. Obviously we thank the rain gods, but we already, as far as KL Rahul is concerned, Ravindra Jadeja, Nitish Kumar Reddy, they did really well with the bat. So I think getting someone in who has good record in recent history as far as Australia is concerned, Ravindra Jadeja played some important knocks, and I think taking him in the team made a huge difference.
Absolutely. By the way, if anybody wants to know what brand of car that was, Gargi's favorite is Porsche. So it's a good brand too.
Can you blame me?
No, absolutely not. Only she did not hit the...
Unless someone is a Lambo or a Ferrari.
Yeah, I mean... and had she hit the 6 sixes, then Lalit could have presented him one several years back. Way back in 2007. But it's a good car. I mean, and it was one of those guys. Anyway, coming back to our last 10 minutes on this particular show, you see this series has been beautifully set up now. 2 more days to go for Boxing Day. We will be back tomorrow. The Australian media has stirred up the hornet's nest. Multiple different things to talk about. The pitch controversy, the little mini controversy that we get here. Very, very interesting. Will the Indians respond to any of this? We don't know. So far, there has been no talk from the Indians, Trisha. Not at all. The media manager spoke to me privately to him and stuff, and we had a long chat, and he was like, "Ye kya ho raha hai?" But publicly, the Indians have not given it back.
Yeah, I think we will have I feel, because if Gautam Gambhir comes, we might have some very interesting chat in the press conference.
I can tell you, I will ask him the questions to give him balls outside off stuff.
And Gautam Gambhir is that...
Shubman Gill played a part. Shubman Gill played a little part. Yes, and he bashed Pat Cummins, about
absolutely.
that thing. So apart from him, I don't think anybody said anything about it.
Very good.
Everyone was a little soft. I don't know why.
Yes, this is one thing that, I think needs to change, and I hope it will change soon. We have a new guest in our life. I think, as I said, if it's Rohit Sharma, I'm not 100% sure if Rohit will come up with something interesting, but that is one more reason I'm hoping that Gigi comes in the press conference, because he generally says something which becomes a bit of controversy, and right now we probably need that sort of statement from the players as well.
Shoot for it, chula. So we have got a new guest joining us. And that's
Kushan Sarkar.
That's Kushan Sarkar from PTI. Kushan is wearing a Cricket Australia cap. And so Kushan, South Africa, sorry. So what is going on? Why is it that the Australian media is trying to do what they're doing? Nonsense reportage. What's going on? Mike, okay?
What they've been doing it for ages, isn't it? You have You were there during Monkeygate. You're not here. So, is it anything different that's happening now?
You and I wrote Mission Domination, and it was the same with Siraj.
Same thing that happened with Siraj yesterday. This match got cancelled, and that was covered.
By the way, whose idea was it? The media match getting cancelled? Whoever did it?
No one knows about it.
It was started by the media manager.
Okay.
And then we obviously specifically wrote in that particular group that I'm also not taking part in that. And suddenly there were 10-11 messages that we are not participating. So there was no team.
So that's
But
like.
that, now this won't stop. This series has now gone to a different. It's no longer goody goody.
But how it was the media match that suddenly became a war.
Kushan, were you playing?
No, because I was not even supposed to reach by then. It was on 20, it was yesterday morning, Sunday morning.
These two would have thrown the ball.
We were sitting lying down in
They missed out a hostile spell from Shubhayan first.
Yes.
Oh yes, ask us. We played terrace cricket with Shubhayan and we don't want him to play. Because he comes up with the worst tricks.
Individual bets and visualizing that he will come from here and we'll just cut him down, and it was like the planning was all going.
But Kushan, we won't stop you. We won't stop. He was filming. He was filming. But thank you for joining us. That was a cameo entry like mine. Okay. Last few minutes on the show. Closing comments. Tisha, why don't you start? Your first day. You've been given a taste of the Melbourne weather.
Oh, this was a dream come true, and I think I have actually just posted pics in my personal social media handles and said this is a dream come true. A different avatar. I had actually thought maybe as a player, but fair enough. As a journalist have more freedom than as a player. But what better could this whole situation be? The series absolutely level at 1-1. Australia being so desperate and being so cocky, for the lack of better words. It will be great to defeat them.
Planned it well coming here.
Absolutely.
We were only saying it to the Cricket Australia that wow, what coincidences are happening. But look at your guys' travel itinerary, and you were just that's the bullseye.
And we have come here, and Virat Kohli scores. We win. What a script!
Tisha is now scripting literal fairy tales, and if that happens, Gargi, come on, take it over. I'll give Rohit the last word.
G at the G. What could be
Whoa!
I mean,
G at Gargi.
G at the G.
G at the G. So
That's your tagline.
yeah.
That's your tagline. G at the G.
The camera will fall. Okay.
He's gone in. He's walked off in disbelief.
So she said, okay, walk out in disbelief.
But hopefully none of us are blown away. The only thing that should be blown away are the Australians.
Whoa!
Okay, Rohit.
So I'll also say that J at G. Chuglan.
GJ, good job.
नहीं वही मेरे को भी यही है कि वो जाग क्यों नहीं रहे, मतलब बोल दो रोहित शर्मा, बिकॉज वो उसी तरह से जाने गए हैं, जैसे आप बोलते हो कि एक क्या बोलते हैं उनको, वो स्लीपिंग ब्यूटी या क्या, उनको कुछ ऐसा बोला जाता है ना कि लेजी एलिगेंस, लेजी एलिगेंस सॉरी यार मेरा अंग्रेजी अरे कुछ ऐसा बोलते हैं उनको,
स्लीपिंग असैसिन, स्लीपिंग असैसिन
जो भी है। मैंने कह दिया जो समझना समझ लो भाई।
स्लीपिंग मतलब समझ गया बेसिकली।
वो मैदान में सोते जैसे मारते हैं।
टोरा जो फिल्म था उसमें जनरल यामामोटो comes to the deck and he says it's like a sleeping giant.
Okay.
Now you will face it. So India is like a sleeping giant.
Yes.
You've sort of
Now
you've needled them.
Now that we are here.
Yes. तो मुझे यही लग रहा है कि वो उस तरह का एक पर्सनालिटी है उनका जो लेजी एलिगेंस उनके साथ जोड़ा जाता है, बट वो लेजी एलिगेंस अब वक्त आ गया है कि उसको परफॉर्मेंस में उतारना है। आई डोंट नो कि वो नीचे आकर क्यों खेल रहे हैं, मेरा तो अभी भी सवाल यही है कि उनको नीचे नहीं आना चाहिए। ऑब्वियसली केएल राहुल नीचे भी बढ़िया करेंगे, ऊपर भी बढ़िया कर रहे हैं, बट आई थिंक ऊपर से अगर आपको एक क्विक फायर जैसे ये लोग लेकर आए हैं, सैम को इसीलिए लेकर आए हैं कि ऊपर से अगर इसने बुमराह को 2 चौके मार दिए तो और बुमराह बहुत पर्सनल लेते हैं इन चीजों को, जो मैंने बातें की अलग अलग प्लेयर्स के साथ, मुझे ये पता चला है कि एक बार न्यूजीलैंड में उनको एक ओवर में बहुत रन पड़ गए थे, उन्होंने अपना चश्मा उतार के तोड़ दिया था. ही वाज दैट फ्रस्ट्रेटेड दैट. तो इस तरह की उनका एक नेचर है कि उनको पसंद नहीं है उनके अगेंस्ट बहुत ज्यादा रन पड़े. तो आई थिंक अगर सैम वो कर देता है जो सैम ने बहुत अच्छे तरीके से प्राइम मिनिस्टर 11 वाले गेम में किया था कि काउंटर अटैकिंग इनिंग्स खेल के 90 बॉल पे 100 मार दिया था. सो आई थिंक वो चीज हमें रोहित से भी चाहिए, आई थिंक, टू बी रियली ऑनेस्ट. बट अगर वो नीचे ही आएंगे, जो यहाँ पे 2 दिन देख के लगा अगेन दैट ही वाज प्लेइंग विद द ओल्ड बॉल फर्स्ट अगेंस्ट द स्पिनर्स मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम्स, तो आई थिंक.
बट यहाँ तुमने ट्वीट भी किया था, बोला भी था रोहित इज लुकिंग मच बेटर.
बट फिर सेकंड डे अगेन बहुत और थोड़ा सा नीचे चले गए. मतलब जो सेकंड डे का, जो कल उनकी जो बैटिंग प्रैक्टिस थी, वो फिर वैसे ही लग रही थी कि वो शायद एक दिन अच्छे लगे, फिर अगले दिन 3 बार बोल्ड हुए. मेरे को बोल्ड होने से कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, आप 120-100 बोले खेलोगे, हो सकता है आप बोल्ड हो जाओ. बट जो वो दिख रहा है ना, जो
टाइम स्पेंड किया उन्होंने नेट्स में
परसों से कम किया. जैसे परसों 90 मिनट्स 100 मिनट्स के करीब बैटिंग करी थी, कल फिर 40-45 मिनट्स, जस्ट 40-45 मिनट्स. हाँ, डिसेंट इनफ है. लेकिन मैं वही कह रहा हूँ ना, जब आपके 3 मैचेस से रन या 2 मैचेस से रन नहीं आ रहे हैं, आपके ऊपर सवाल है, आप कप्तान हो, आप खुद इस चीज को एक्नॉलेज कर रहे हो कि मैं बढ़िया नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ. तो मैंने रोहित को हमेशा से देखा है कि वो ऐसे बैटर नहीं है जैसे हम 2003 में सचिन के लिए सुनते हैं कि सचिन ने एक भी प्रैक्टिस सेशन नहीं किया.
वो थ्रो डाउन.
हाँ, वो थ्रो डाउन्स लेते थे. बट रोहित की ये पर्सनालिटी नहीं है कि वो प्रैक्टिस नहीं करेंगे या कम टाइम करेंगे. रोहित को 2022 में मैंने यहीं पे देखा था, वो डबल प्रैक्टिस सेशंस करते थे. रन्स नहीं आए उस वर्ल्ड कप में, उनके बिल्कुल रन्स नहीं आए, लेकिन वो प्रैक्टिस से पीछे नहीं हटते थे. अभी भी वो पीछे नहीं हट रहे हैं. आई डोंट नो व्हाट्स हिज माइंडसेट, कैसे वो प्लान कर रहे हैं, कैसे तैयारी कर रहे हैं, बट वो जो भी कर रहे हैं वो फ्रूटफुल होता हुआ नहीं नजर आ रहा है इंडिया के लिए. द मेन थिंग इज दैट वो करे प्रैक्टिस या वो ना करे प्रैक्टिस, अगर वो मैदान में रन बना रहे हैं, हम क्यों उनसे शिकायत करेंगे. दैट्स एक प्लेयर का अपना तरीका होता है, उसका अपना एक तरीका है कि ऐसे प्रिपेयर करूंगा. बट वो चीज मुझे लग रही है. तो कल रोहित फिर से थोड़ा सा डाउन एंड आउट लगे. आई डोंट नो व्हाट्स हैपनिंग.
अभी हम खत्म करते हैं, बट ऑन द नोट दैट एट 12 noon India, which is about what 1.5 hours from now, a little bit more, because we are 3:50 in Melbourne, so it's what 9:45 in India. 9:45 in India, exactly about 2 hours from now at 12 o'clock, all of us will join you for a special conversation on what exactly is happening with the Australian media and the Indian players. Why is it happening? Is it discriminatory? Is it covert, some kind of nonsense going on? I did not use the R word, but what is going on is falsehood, false reportage, and it's not going down well with either the Indian players or with the media. A very special show at 12 noon, and then we will also join you at 5 p.m. summing up all that we watched of the practice, what we are getting, giving you a lowdown of what we are expecting tomorrow. For the moment, from the MCG, Ogni on camera for the first time, historic.
And I'm dedicating this to Ogni.
So this tupi is dedicated to Ogni. Ogni, why don't you, for a change? Now the sun will come out, says Gargi. Rohit, Gargi, myself, Trisha, Shubhan there recording, Devashish there recording, Ogni here. So lot of us, and you will get plenty more coming from all of us. Thank you very much for watching. Keep watching our coverage, keep commenting, keep giving us your suggestions as to what you want to watch from Melbourne. Thanks very much.